Hi guys, a few months ago, I'd say a few months ago, it was about 6 or 7 months ago, we put a community poll up asking about what next collection of machine and games I should kind of do a video for. The Saturn won, but unfortunately life got in the way and, well, that's the excuse everyone used. I just didn't get around to doing the video, so it's a bit of a lame excuse because it's only like a 10-minute job, this, it's not massive. So, yeah, I've got a bit of time there, so I just thought I'd do a video just showing you my PAL Saturn. Some of the PAL games, or all the PAL games I've got, and all the Japanese games as well, as well as a few other bits. So just to kick off then, to give some background on the machine, this is a PAL Mark II Sega Saturn, in pretty decent condition. Could do with a good clean really, to be honest with you, but it works and that's the main thing. So I got this from all places over 5 years ago, maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago. Between 5 and 8 years ago from CX. I think it cost me about £50 with a Japanese pad, which was amazing. I think it's got a limited edition clear pad as well. So I was chuffed with that. The story of this is my second Saturn. I got another one from that before that as well, from eBay, I think, from a seller. Laser wasn't the best, and it just stopped working. So I just thought I'd take the plunge, go with CEX, because I think they do warranty and guarantee on it. And bought this one, and it's been fine ever since. It works really, really well. I do think though, the Saturn probably is Sega's most unreliable console. I know like the laser goes quite a lot on them. But saying that though, I've gone through 2 Dreamcasts now in my life, or 3 Dreamcasts, with the laser burning out now. So probably the Dreamcast is more unreliable. I don't know. But love the Saturn, a lot of nostalgia for it, even though I didn't have one back in the day because I couldn't afford one. But it just reminds me of that mid-UK, mid-90s UK scene. Just everything that was going on, the music, the culture, the games, that transition, like along with the PlayStation, you could actually play like arcade games or, you know, near enough as possible arcade games at home. A very special time in my life, and this kind of machine, as well as a PlayStation, really kind of embodies it because I always wanted one, being a Sega diehard and having this Mega Drive prior. So yeah, as you can see, the machine's in good working order. There you go, there, I've just put the top open for you. This is the Mark II model. Cartridge slot there, and there's the back of it there, and also it's still got the panel there with the dead CR2032, and that's the space I think for the video card adapter. You can play video CDs, have the advanced video and some games. Really wonder why Sega didn't put this on the Dreamcast as well, because they soldered the battery into the hardware, and that means most Dreamcasts you see nowadays don't have the correct time and date and stuff. And that CR2032 was used to save games as well, but it seems to eat up the battery really quickly. So if you don't change it every year or less, it dies out and you lose your saves. But there is a solution with a memory card or an action replay like what I've got, so you don't lose your save games. So that's the machine there. Let's just show you the pad. This is the Japanese clear translucent pad. I think it's a limited edition one. Is this? I think it's the This Is Cool pad. I don't know if you can see it on there, any markings. But yeah, I love translucent stuff. So 90s. This is arguably one of the best game pads that's ever been produced in gaming. Really comfortable, simple, effective, really well built. Great gamepad. I've also got the black PAL, I think the early controller, because it's a bit chunky than this somewhere, but I can't find it, as well as the RF lead. And also, before I move on to the games, I've got the original Sega Saturn plug, which is really good. I don't know many consoles actually had the logo embossed into the plugs, but certainly did with the Sega Saturn. And yeah, I've still got the plug, amazingly. Right, let's move on to the games. So I think we'll do the PAL selection first before moving on to the Japanese stuff. I'll just push this out of the way so we've got a bit of space to work with. Right, first off, absolute banger. Arguably one of the best games, if not the best game on the Saturn, and a fantastic port. Sega Rally. We all know this. Great game, great port. Really shows what the Saturn can do. And yeah, nostalgia a lot, because this was a big game in the UK in the mid-90s. And yeah, it was played on TV game shows and stuff. And yeah, I remember reading reviews of this and really wanting to play it. So I had to wait about 30 odd years before I could, but there you go. So yeah, fantastic. That's Sega Rally. Firestorm, picked this up for a couple of quid. It's Thunderhawk 2. Bought this because I remember Thunderhawk being such a showpiece for the Mega CD back in the day and really wanted to play it. But again, like the Saturn, my teenage self couldn't afford a Mega CD. It's okay, it's decent. I think I streamed it a few years ago. It's all right, decentish game. Next one, another absolute banger. Now the Saturn has got bucket loads of brilliant fighters. So if you're into fighting games, the Saturn really is the way to go. So this is X-Men Children of the Atom. Shout out to the K-Lide Gamer when he streamed this and got me into this, because I don't remember this back in the day, but he's a fantastic fighter using the X-Men license. Just plays brilliant. Very, very close to the arcade game. Paid a few quid for this, not mega money, but it's something I just had to have collection. Now, again, there's so many good 2D Capcom fighters on this system, as well as like virtual fighters as well. But prices are, well, they've always been mad for the PAL stuff, but the Japanese prices are going up now. So, yeah, if you're in the market for Saturn fighters, make sure you get them now, because, yeah, so another year, they'll be like silly money, like £100 a piece or something, the Japanese versions. So there you go. Sega Ages Volume 1, brilliant little package. This got Afterburner, Space Harrier and Outrun. The Japanese Sega Ages stuff packaged the games individually on discs. This is a compilation that's released for the Western market. I will show you the one of the discs of the Japanese and PAL ones, but not all of them, as we go in a minute. So please let me know if you want me to do another video just to show you the discs as well. Okay, there you go. Got that from a few quid from a shop in Halzowen, I believe. Get old school retro gaming shop. Really good buy. Brilliant ports on that. Sega Worldwide Soccer. Got this when I got my Saturn. Paid about £2 from it from CX. I think I remember it from back in the day, but not really put much time into playing it. So, but reading the reviews on the internet recently, it's supposed to be a really good game. So I'll probably get streaming this at some point and give it a good go. Okay, next one, Virtua Fighter 2. Wow, this is the creme de la creme. This is the ultimate port on the Saturn. So close to the arcade game. I think it's just the main difference is the 2D backgrounds, and on this guy's stage, you don't see a 3D bridge going past as the RAF sails down. But this is a brilliant game. Really makes the most of the Saturn's high res mode. Super port. Visually at the time, probably one of the best games. Best looking games on the PlayStation, the Saturn as well. Fantastic, and that's the PAL version. Another huge nostalgic game, even though I didn't play it back in the day, was Wipeout. This was huge on the PlayStation. The Saturn port's almost as good as the PlayStation version. It's a bit janky, a bit cluggy. It still plays nice, and the soundtrack's great as well, which is the main thing. This game again reminds me of growing up in the mid-90s in England. And just like the rave culture, all the marketing and the music and stuff, and this game really embodied it, and they did a great job, I think, of really capturing what the feel was at the time. This is a really good little game. Virtua Cop 2, great port, plays great. I got this recently for a good price. Really like the first game, Virtua Cop 1, so I thought I'd get this as well. Again, loads of nostalgia. I remember seeing this in the arcades, at cinemas. Really enjoyed playing it. The Saturn port's really good. It plays pretty much the same as the arcade game. This is solid. This is a really good game. So yeah, Virtua Cop 2. Moving along. Quake. Got no instructions in this, but this is a very technically impressive game. Really good port to PC version. A little bit slower, but yeah, I think it's by the guys who did Exhumed, and they modified their engine, the Exhumed engine, to kind of run Quake. And this is a really good version of Quake and plays really well. Streamed this years and years ago, but yeah, I'm really pleased with that in my collection. Yeah, this is a gaming hallmark. I think this was a Saturn exclusive, but it came out on the PlayStation as well. This game, obviously Tomb Raider, massive in Europe, massive in America. Changed the world of gaming, and obviously really good to have a female lead in it as well. This was everywhere, newspapers, magazines, on TV. huge game again. Like a lot of this stuff because I couldn't afford the technology back then. I didn't play it back in the 90s, but good game. Big game as well. A lot of content there to get through. Alien Trilogy picks up a decent money. Really good first person shooter this is. And as a fan of the Alien franchise, I remember seeing Aliens vs Predator on the Jaguar in this back in the day and thinking, wow, there's a common theme here. I wish I had money to buy a machine to play these kind of amazing games on, but I didn't because I was just a teenager with no job. But this is great fun. Alien Trilogy. Manx TT Superbike. CX for a couple of quid when I got this many years ago. Really good port. Never played or seen the arcade game, but this is brilliant. It's a really fun game. I think you need the analog 3D control pad to get the most out of it, but it still plays okay on the regular controller. It's a little bit twitchy, but yeah, good game that. Would recommend, and I think you can pick it up cheap still as well. Virtual Fight 1. Yeah, this is what sold the Saturn, wasn't it? This is the arcade experience at home, even though it wasn't. It was a bit of a rush port, a bit of a bodge, but still plays really good. But yeah, this sold the Saturn, and yeah, this was huge, really big game, and bigger in Japan as well than it was in the rest of the world, even though it was a huge game over here as well. Okay, Command and Conquer. A lot of fun memories playing this on the PlayStation. Saw this guy on eBay for very decent money, so I thought I'd have it as well. Huge memories of seeing this game because it was so big. This game was in the UK. It was in all the shops, all the video game shops. It was everywhere. This Command and Conquer on all formats. Huge game. So I get a lot of nostalgia just seeing that cover because I remember going to the shops and just seeing it everywhere. So huge game. And good old Daytona. Look at the price of that, $49.99. Wow. So we go on about the price of games nowadays, but yeah, that was 50 quid back in 1995 or whenever. A lot of money now, even more back then. But yeah, the graphics are okay, but this plays superb. Really enjoy it. Great game. The disc on this is a bit worn out now and it struggles to play sometimes, so I do need to get a replacement disc for this. But yeah, this plays great, even if it is a bit choppy. Right, okay, onto the Japanese stuff. Oh, I need to show you the inside of a disc as well, so we might as well do Daytona. Just show you a PAL disc and the instruction manual. There you go. Smash it. And I'll do the same with the next game. So the next game is the Japanese collection, Power Drift. Amazing port, love this game. It only runs at 30 frames a second, but it doesn't really matter because it just looks and plays great. Really good condition that, and I'll just show you the inside there with the disc and the back of the inlay. Really good condition. Great game. Great game. Okay. And the thing why I've got so many Japanese games is because they're still quite affordable, the Japanese Saturn stuff, because it was so big in Japan. There's loads of games sold there, so the games aren't so scarce as they are. So there's you can still get decent prices for a lot of the bigger games there. As far as Megamix, combines like Virtual Fighter, I think it's Last Bronx, Fighting Vipers together. Is it Last Bronx in there? I don't know, but I know Fighting Vipers in there. Great game, really fun. Makes the most of the Saturn's high-res mode again, and I think it makes it a high-res mode. It looks like it's an high-res, and yeah, this got great reviews back in the day. Really good game. Virtual On, remember seeing this in the arcade with all the sticks and everything, and this is a good port, plays okay. Yeah, just kind of shows what the Saturn can do, you know, can run an arcade port. Fun game there, just mechs just shooting each other and blowing each other up on, I think, on a one-on-one basis. That's a good game. Another defining Saturn game there, Panzer Dragoon. This is the Japanese version. Yeah, this is a great game. Really kind of haunting visuals and music, and it's just got a really nice vibe to it. I really like that game. Street Fighter the movie, terrible film, decent-ish game, which is it uses digitized sprites of people from the film like Colin Minogue and Van Damme, and it's a bit like how they do in Mortal Kombat, but plays like obviously Street Fighter, and I quite enjoy that. I think it got belittled a little bit because how poor the film was back in the day when it came out, but that is quite a good game. What is that? I don't know what that game is. That may have come with a bundle of games that I bought from Japan. I don't know what that is. So sorry about that, and I've never played it either. Okay, Resident Evil, Biohazard, it's known in Japan. I love this conversion. I do want to do a playthrough of it and stream it, and ideally in like Halloween. This is brilliant, and yeah, really good Saturn port from the PlayStation there. Quality game. We all know how good Resident Evil is. Virtual Cop 1, great port. Very similar to Virtual Cop 2, but this is the Japanese version. And yeah, that's a really good port. Shame I haven't got a CR2 to make the use of the light gun on these games, because yeah, you need the light gun as well, get the most of them, but they are still fun with a control pad. Here's Decathlete. Yeah, that is a bit like track and field, but in 3D. Enjoyable game, fun game, crazy-ish graphics. It's a good game, that. In fact, all the games I've got really are good, aren't they? I don't buy rubbish. Myst, this is an interesting port. This is the Japanese version, but perfectly playable for non-Japanese speakers. This game was huge on the Mac and the PC back in the day. This is a good version of it. Plays well. I got it to crash once many years ago. I don't know how I did it, but it crashed. And you could see all kind of like the game code coming up and stuff. It was a bit weird. But yeah, that's a good version of it and plays nice. Sega touring car. I remember seeing the Supra and the Mercedes wide body E-Class touring car DTM thing in the arcade version. Been blown away by it. This is all right. I think you need the analog pad to get the most out of it, because it's too twitchy. It doesn't control well with the control pad, but it's decent. It's okay. Nights into Dreams, classic by Sonic Team. I've never really got into this, but it is good. I know it's good. I just haven't given it time to really get into it. I kind of expect it to be like Sonic, and it's not. It's weird and different, but really enjoyable, and it's got its very unique visual style. But that's a good game. Just need time to get into it. Right, Galaxy Force 2. Wow, what a port this is. Again, running at 30 frames a second, like Paradrift. But this is a brilliant port of like a absolute behemoth of an arcade game in the 80s. Sega really threw the kitchen sink of their superscale technology into the arcade game, especially I think it had a rotating cabinet as well that's kind of spun around, which I never saw. You can see it there. But yeah, this is a brilliant port. Really enjoy it, Galaxy Force. And he's just mindless, just hammering the buttons, but it's a really good arcade experience and looks great on the Saturn. Okay, Last Bronx, weapons-based fighter, comes on 2 discs. Good game, high-res mode again, really close to the arcade game, apart from the background's not been quite the same as the arcade version. But this is a really good port. Really enjoy playing it. Good fun. This is D. I got this. This is a horror game. Box design's not the best. Looks like a cheapo scan. You can hear my cat in the background complaining. Yeah, it's a horror game. Never played it. Got it for good money, I think, within the last year. But it's just yeah, I've never had a chance to play it, unfortunately. Will do. Probably around Halloween again and see what it's like. Neon Genesis Evangelion, based on the anime. Never really played this, because I think it's a lot in Japanese. Don't really understand what's going on. But yeah, the anime is pretty cool. So I got this very cheap many years ago. House of the Dead. Oh, I like the Saturn port of this. The graphics are a bit chunky. This is a good version of it. Plays nicely even without light guns. And I'm a big fan of the arcade game, the rest of the games in the series as well. Really like the House of the Dead. And this is a good port. Gale Racer. This is a slight like kind of remix version of Radmobile that came out in the arcades in the early part of the 90s. It's okay. It looks like Radmobile, but it's not great. And yeah, I bought it because I like Radmobile, and I used to play that a lot in the arcade and be wowed by the visuals on it. But yeah, you can see why Sega didn't release that in the West, because it just doesn't. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good, that one. Oh, sorry about the wobble there, guys. Do apologise. I just knocked my camera out. That's Fighting Vipers. Really good beat 'em up, one-on-one fighter. You get to smash armour off and knock people into a cage and stuff. Fun game, brilliant game. That really recommend. Gun Griffin. I heard lots of good things about this, but I've never had a chance to play it yet. It's a mech game, like a first-person mech game around blowing stuff up. These, you know, like is it Mech Warrior and stuff like that. We'll give that a play soon. I've heard really good things about it, so I'm looking forward to giving that a play. Virtual Fighter Kids got this recently, streamed it. It's Virtual Fighter 2 with kind of little anime character things with big heads. It's good, plays okay, plays good, plays like Virtual Fighter, good stuff. Dead or Alive there, guys. I'm a big fan of Dead or Alive 2 and 3. So never played the first one. Got this recently from Japan for a very nice price, and it's good. Streamed it recently. I don't think it's as good as 2 or 3, but it's a really good game. And if you like Dead or Alive, I think you need to play the first one because it's good. It's really good. Die Hard Arcade, or I think it's Dynamite Cop or Dynamite Decker. It's known in Japan. You can see little Bruce Willis look-alike there on the front cover, even though this isn't the Die Hard version. Yeah, great port. Been after this for ages. Come up for good money recently. I'm in there. Whenever the price is right, I come on down and I get a good deal on stuff. So really pleased to have that in my collection. And then finally, as you can see there, I paid £5 recently to get the Japanese copy of Virtual Fighter as a backup because, like my Daytona USA disc, my original Virtual Fighter, I think the discs were a bit thin on that as well. So yeah, that's the collection. And just to finish off, guys, I'm going to show you the action replay. Now, this serves a lot of purposes. This enables me to play import games, as you've just seen, so non-PAL games I can play there on my PAL Saturn. It also acts as a memory card, so you can save your games on there. Another very useful, because obviously the CR2032 battery dies. And also, it's is it 1 meg and 4 meg? 1 meg and 4 meg expansion card. So stuff like the Capcom Fighters, and I think it's King of Fighters at 95, where you need the RAM expansion to get the game to work or to get better animation, stuff like that in the characters. So this is a brilliant buy. Anyone who's got a Saturn really does need one of these. I don't think they're much money, but yeah, now you do so many things on your Saturn. Okay, so let's just wrap this video up. Oh, over 22 minutes here. It's a bit of a beast of a video. That's the Saturn. Thank you so much for sitting through this with me and being part of the journey of exploring my Saturn collection. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you so much. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any questions about this, please, guys, put it in the comments. Thank you, and thank you for taking the time of watching this. In a bit.